I'm Mike Moore, and I'm talking to the city manager of Reedsville, Summer Woodard. Hey, Summer, how are you?
Good morning, Mike. I'm well, and yourself?
I'm doing great. Hope you're having a good week.
Yes, sir, I am. Waiting on the rain to start.
I know. It's coming any minute. Okay. Yeah, we need that rain. Well,
We do.
what's going on around the city? Some things we wanted to talk about on this get-together, Summer.
So one thing we're very excited, I know in the past couple months we've been able to bring you some updates on our proposed downtown streetscape. We've also been able to provide some updates on our all-inclusive park. And today we want to bring you something very exciting. It is the City of Reedsville splash pad that we're working on. This is a project we had started on late last year. We decided to kind of revamp it and look into it. During the City Council retreat, the location and the logistics of the City of Reedsville splash pad were discussed. We have explored two locations. One is the proposed YMCA, and the second is the lower JC Park for our splash pad. We did have a meeting at our March City Council to discuss logistics and maybe alternative scopes of work for our project. And our original proposal, the current scope of work that we were working on, we were working with Withers Ravenel, and the current footprint that we had proposed was a spray area that was only about 1,800 square feet. The size would accommodate about 44 people, and we'd be very limited in the amount of water features we could have. So what we decided to do was to take a deep breath and look and see what we could do to expand this and maybe look at using some funding to make this a bigger scope project. So the City Council voted at their March City Council meeting to go ahead and increase the size of the splash pad. We have agreed to increase it to 3,000 square feet, which will accommodate 100 to 120 people. And this splash pad is comparable to other splash pads in our area and surrounding counties. And it can encompass a wide variety of water features. One of the areas we are taking serious consideration into looking at is the lower JC Park area. We think this would be a great location. It's very visible by the road, and City Council has made certain that they want this to be a visible location with walkability where people can walk to the park. We are looking at putting in some possible restrooms and some changing areas if we move forward with this location. But we're very excited. We think this will be something unique for our city and something to offer our residents and our visitors to come and enjoy our splash pad. Now, the date we're looking at, since we're going to go with this larger size pad, it would probably be late summer of 2022. More than likely, it's going to be spring of 2023. But we think this will just be another great addition to the city of Reedsville and offering some activities for our residents.
I tell you, Summer, I'm excited about this. Just in a couple of minutes, you've given us a lot of good information about this splash pad, the 3,000 square feet. I mean, you said 100 to 120 people. That's a good group.
Yes, sir, it is, and City Council was adamant for us to look at this, and I think this is just a great way to continue to build relationships in our community, and it gives something for our youth to enjoy, and just the walkability that the lower JC Park can offer our residents, and the visibility. We think this will be a great investment, and we certainly can't wait to see this get started on.
Yeah, I can understand that. And, you said youth. This sounds like a fun thing for adults to me, too.
Absolutely. Any people of all ages, I think they'd be enjoying this park.
Yep. Now, when will the final decision be made, Summer?
So we'll provide another update to our City Council at their April meeting, but the final decision is we're definitely doing the larger pad, and it does appear we will be going at the lower JC Park. But we'll continue to provide updates, but the City of Reedsville is proud to announce we are definitely getting a splash pad, and we are looking forward to moving on this project and bringing our residents some fun activities.
I'll tell you, this is a great idea for sure, the splash pad. Well, you mentioned that, and yeah, you're right. We've done some things lately on the streetscape and the all-inclusive park, and just some really exciting things happening in Reedsville, aren't there?
Yes, there is. We've got some great stuff coming to the City of Reedsville that'll be for decades and generations to come to experience some of the great activities our city has to offer.
You know, isn't it neat to be able to make an impact? And you mentioning generations to come, things you're doing now, and you look at in the past, the city council and some things, long-range planning with infrastructure and all of the things and around the city. How exciting is that to make such an impact for many years to come?
It is such an exciting venture. We have a dedicated mayor and city council and all of our city staff. We have a very progressive team here that wants to look ahead and, look at strategic planning, not what can we do today, but what can we do today and 10 years down the road that's going to provide quality of life and services to the residents that we represent. So it's very exciting that we have such a supportive team around us right now.
Sure, it really is. Okay, well, it's budget time. Speaking of the future, I guess you're working already underway with that for the coming fiscal year.
Yes, sir, we are. So we have started the budget work session. So real quick, just to give our listeners kind of an overview of where we are with budget, we presented our budget calendar to City Council on March the 8th. And then on March the 9th, we presented the details to management team and department supervisors, which outlines what they are expected to present to administration for their budget. We have completed initial revenue projections for March. We did that on March the 18th. Our finance department, particularly our assistant city manager and finance director, Chris Phillips, has done an outstanding job in looking at revenues. Our goal is to hold the bottom line. We know all of our residents are experiencing hard times, just like some of our employees, with the rise of inflation on everything. So we are doing a very, very cost-effective and keeping everyone in mind when we move through this budget process. Kind of a broader overview of the budget, we will present, the City Council will be looking at having a work session on the budget on April 19th at 5:30 p.m. here at City Hall. And then we will present the proposed budget to City Council at their May 10th meeting. And then if City Council needs an additional work session, we have that scheduled for May 24th at 5:30. And then we will have a public hearing and hopefully adoption of the proposed budget on June 14th, 2020.
Okay. Well, there's the timeline there. Always planning ahead. Lots on the schedule, it sounds like, just with the budget alone.
Yes, sir.
Okay. All right. Well, thanks for that update. And the good news on the splash pad. Oh, I know everyone's going to be excited about that. Anything else we need to mention, Summer?
Just always know that our doors are always open here at City Hall. Always feel free to give me a call. For our listeners, my number here is 336-349-1036. Also, always feel free to email me at swoodard@reedsvillenc.gov. We're here to help and answer any questions that we can for our constituents and our visitors.
Wonderful. Thank you for being so accessible. And thanks again for your time. I appreciate it, Summer. Have a good weekend coming up. We'll talk next month.
You as well. Thanks so much, Mike.
All right. Thank you too, Summer. Bye.
Bye-bye.
All right, there's our monthly update with the city manager of Reidsville, Summer Woodard. And isn't that exciting about the splash pad as that all comes together? It looks like that's going to be at a lower J.C. Park area there for the kids and, yes, adults. I remind you, as always, to shop locally, support our hometown businesses in Reidsville. It's very important to do that. And I remind you also to check out the website for more information there, and that is riseupreedsville.com. Live simply, think big.